our second speaker, has been a passionate rock climber, obsessed with the thrill of reaching the top of the wall. Although most times the mountains in our mind are the most difficult to climb, sharing how she overcame such a mental mountain with her speech entitled The Mountain of the Mind. Please welcome Toastmaster Hannah Randolph.
No.
It's too late for me to learn. I'm not talented enough or strong enough. Why even bother if I'm just going to fail? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, be honest with me. Raise your hand if you've ever had thoughts like these. These type of thoughts are what the developmental psychologist Carol Dweck calls a fixed mindset. Her definition for it is people with a fixed mindset believe that they're born with a certain level of intelligence or ability, skills that cannot and will not change. I didn't fully realize to what level I fell under this belief until I experienced it through rock climbing when I hit a plateau. Now, I know not all of you in here are rock climbers, so I'm going to give you a real crash course real quick, just to explain to you the basics. We ready?
Yeah.
That was terrible. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, beginners for rock climbing, how to know the basics of what the grade levels are is we have V0 all the way at the bottom. We have V17 all the way at the top, which, by the way, only 4 people in the entire world have ever sent. Let that sink in for a second. The highest you'll see in a rock climbing gym is usually V9, V10. And these are the overhang walls where you're holding on to literally credit card slips. It's insane. It takes obviously a lot of time and dedication to get to that level. And of course, when you start rock climbing, you'll see the little teen kids who have the weight of a feather and fear unliving inside their heads. And they'll go and send it like it's nothing. And you'll think, wow, they're just naturally talented. But that's not it. Now, it took me time to realize that. When I was 18 and I started rock climbing, I quickly got used to it because I climbed trees ever since I was little. So I quickly started accessing and new heights and becoming better at the sport. Until about a year in, I hit V5, which is a pretty good grade, pretty strong. But that's where most people start to hit that plateau, and you need time and dedication to push past it to V6. But after the help of getting distracted by college, work, and of course, the good old quarantine, I had a lot of setbacks. But it wasn't the setbacks that kept me back. It was my mind. I was quickly surrounded by a lot of friends who were strong, dedicated climbers, and were quickly grade levels above me. And when I was in these groups of amazing people, and I being the weakest person out of all of them, how do you think I sometimes felt whenever they sent a route I was working on that I couldn't get? Frustrating. Who in here is competitive? That's not surprising at all, given we're all here on a Friday morning at 7:30. But whenever I saw that, I would get frustrated. Like, come on, why can't I do that? Am I just not talented enough? And I hate to admit it to you, but I lost my psyche for climbing for quite a bit of time and forgot the joy of the climb itself, which was the reason why I started climbing in the first place. After things got difficult and something was going on in my life, I stopped climbing for 9 months. And all of that time and work of working on my sport and my muscles and my dedication went into the ground. I came back to rock climbing 9 months later, and I had to start at square one. Could barely do a V3. And seeing all these new Gumbies, is what we call beginners, reaching routes that I once was able to do easily, made me think, come on, what was I doing these past 9 months? And I tried again to start over and remember why I started climbing in the first place. But I didn't get anywhere until I read Carol Dweck's book, Mindset. Mindset's where she discusses this fixed mindset and how in our school systems and how even our parents talk to us when they praise us can change how we view our ability. And in fact, can prevent us from learning a growth mindset. Her definition of a growth mindset is essentially someone who believes that they can achieve anything as long as they put in dedication and hard work. Doesn't matter where your talent level is when you first start, that's just the starting line. When I read that and realized all the studies behind how you look at your own mindset changes your results, I tried working that in with my rock climbing. Before this, whenever I saw a V6, which was above my level, I would have this thought in my head where I would think, I'm not strong enough yet. You shouldn't try it. I shouldn't try it? How am I even going to get better at it if I don't even try that route? So I started trying those V6s, V7s, even V8s sometimes. And even if I made only one move on that route, I knew I was slowly getting stronger. I continued day after day, putting in my commitment, my consistency, 3 days a week minimum, trying to train and lift outside of that to work on my weaknesses, and problem solving every time I fell off that wall, which was a lot, what I could do better. Oh, my legs aren't strong enough for that move. I need to work on my pistol squats. Oh, my finger strength isn't strong enough. I need to add hangboarding training. And just juxtapositioning what I needed to do through trial and error to get closer to the top of that wall. Within a year of this mindset shift, I went from being stuck on V5 to going up not only to V6, but to V7 and V8. I'm the strongest girl in my rock climbing gym currently. No, there's so many other stronger girls, way stronger than me, but I like to think that. But I love the fact now that instead of me thinking that I'm the worst for being on the bottom of the totem pole, that means I have so many more mentors above me that I can learn from and take notes and push me to climb harder. Now, after this shift, not only have I gone higher in this grade level, but I started competing. I placed first in October 2022 in the intermediate division, and now, just last December 2023, I placed first in the advanced division. Yes. Thank you for my mind shift change, otherwise I would not have gotten to this point. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to start going into collegiate competitions once I get in grad school and try to hit that top category, which is open. I would love all of your support in this as I pursue this dream and my dream of becoming a psychologist in school. But I want to relate this all back to you. Raise your hand in your life right now if you have a mountain that you have not yet climbed because of these thoughts. Think about your mountain right now. What's stopping you? Is it that fixed mindset? I suggest reading this book, but also taking a moment to think about shifting that viewpoint and just going for the climb. Thank you.